Ah, polyphenol, those darlings of the health world, found in blueberries, green tea, red wine, dark chocolate, and every wellness influencer's breakfast. Marketed as nature's antioxidant arsenal, they're credited with everything from neutralizing free radicals to extending lifespan. But what if I told you these health-promoting molecules also moonlight as troublemakers? That under certain conditions, they go from cellular bodyguards to potential biochemical bullies? Welcome to the antioxidant paradox, where polyphenol might save your cells or mildly terrify them, depending on how much you take, when you take it, and whether your mitochondria are feeling sensitive that day. To understand the drama, let's first set the stage. Polyphenol are a broad class of plant-derived compounds. Think flavonoids, quercetin, catechins, stilbenes, resveratrol, lignans, phenolic acids, and more. Their structure allows them to donate electrons, which makes them brilliant at stabilizing reactive oxygen species, ROS. That's the antioxidant part. In doing so, they prevent oxidative damage to lipids, proteins, and DNA, key factors in aging and chronic disease. Polyphenol also stimulate endogenous antioxidant pathways, like activating NRF2 and upregulating glutathione, creating a cellular environment that says, "We've got this." But here's where the plot flips. At high doses, polyphenol can actually behave as pro-oxidants. Instead of quenching ROS, they may generate them, especially in the presence of transition metals like iron and copper. This is not some rogue behavior, it's chemical physics. When polyphenol reduce metal ions, like Fe superscript 3 to Fe superscript 2, they can trigger Fenton reactions, producing hydroxyl radicals, arguably the most damaging ROS in the biological universe. So while polyphenol are usually calming the biochemical chaos, in the wrong context, they're lighting matches near the oil barrel. Is this bad? Not necessarily. Here's where biology gets clever. Mild oxidative stress isn't always harmful, it can be hormetic. That means a small insult to the system stimulates a larger protective response. Many polyphenol activate pathways like AMPK, SIRT1, and NRF2 because of their pro-oxidant tendencies. The cell reads the increased ROS as a red flag and responds by upregulating antioxidant enzymes, improving mitochondrial quality control, and ramping up detoxification systems. It's the molecular equivalent of going to the gym. Stress the system a bit, and it gets stronger. This hormetic model helps explain why polyphenols seem more effective when consumed in whole foods, in relatively small doses and surrounded by fiber, co-nutrients, and other phytochemicals, than when taken as isolated megadoses in supplements. When quercetin is part of an onion, it's beneficial. When it's 1,000 milligrams in a capsule chased with energy drink, you might just be asking for oxidative confusion. Let's take EGCG, the star catechin in green tea. At modest levels, it's anti-inflammatory, anti-carcinogenic, and brain-boosting. But crank up the dose, as sometimes happens in fat-burning supplements, and you can end up with liver enzyme elevations or worse. Same with resveratrol. A glass of red wine gives you milligram-range doses that activate sirtuins and support endothelial function. But dump in hundreds of milligrams, and cells start to show stress responses, mitochondrial dysfunction, or, in some studies, even apoptosis. Turns out, even longevity molecules have boundaries. And here's another twist. Individual variability matters. Your antioxidant needs, metal ion status, gut microbiome composition, and liver detox efficiency all influence how you respond to polyphenol. Someone with iron overload might experience more pro-oxidant effects from polyphenol due to those nasty Fenton reactions. Someone with low endogenous glutathione might not benefit as much from polyphenol that depend on cellular defense activation. One person's adaptogen is another's oxidative instigator. But before you start fearing your blueberries or dumping your matcha into the compost, let's bring it back to context. Low to moderate intake of polyphenol from whole foods is overwhelmingly beneficial. It supports cardiometabolic health, reduces inflammation, improves vascular function, and modulates gut microbiota in favor of beneficial strains. The real issue arises when we extract, isolate, and concentrate these compounds far beyond what the body evolved to handle. Nature packages polyphenol with fiber, water, and complexity for a reason. So, are polyphenol antioxidants or pro-oxidants? The frustrating but accurate answer is, they're both, depending on the dose, context, and your internal biochemistry. They're not superheroes or villains, they're nuanced, dynamic agents that nudge your biology toward balance when used correctly. When taken in the right amounts, they help your cells adapt and become more resilient. Taken in excess or in isolation, they may tip the scale in the opposite direction. In a way, polyphenol are like that brutally honest friend who pushes you to do better. Sometimes they stress you out, but they're usually doing it for your own good. Unless you overdo it, then they're just annoying. So go ahead, sip the green tea, enjoy the dark chocolate, snack on those berries. Just remember, more isn't always better. Sometimes, the best antioxidants are the ones that gently remind your cells they still have work to do.